I just see like a glop of mayonnaise.
Oh yeah, no, mine literally has this like, what, wait, I'm not even joking here.
Yeah, there's
What
hair.
the actual Today we're going to KFC to try their new chicken sandwich because me and April have yet to try it. And then after letting this college student we're gonna be going over to the park real quick to talk about our brief experience at Amazon. We both worked at Amazon last year for about 2 weeks, so we weren't there too long, but we did start right around when COVID restrictions were getting put in place, so it should be pretty interesting to see our experience with it. Well, we'll see. Especially with our KFC is known to be kind of gross. So we're kind of hoping that the sandwich is good and that our specific KFC doesn't give us the wrong impression of it. Yes. Can I have 2 of the new chicken sandwiches?
Classic?
Yes, classic.
Comes to $8.46.
Right, thank you.
You're welcome. $8.46.
Have a good day. So we just picked up the KFC. Now we're gonna make our way to the park to try it out. All right, so we just pulled up at the park. We're gonna try these new KFC sandwiches, and then we're gonna get into how it was working at Amazon last year. We tried Popeyes and Wendy's and McDonald's, but we've yet to try KFC.
I just see like a glop of mayonnaise.
Oh yeah, no, mine literally has this like, what, wait, I'm not even joking here.
Yeah, there's
What
hair.
the actual do you see that?
I don't even know. Or like, there's even more hair than that. I don't know.
I know we were just complaining about the KFC, but are you kidding me?
I don't even know. Should we just try mine then? I'm afraid of mine too. Like,
This is what happens to us.
should we try? I don't know. You can still bite yours, but I'm saying if you wanted to
Alright.
bite mine too, you can.
They literally somehow got hair inside of the chicken sandwich. I know other people would throw out this sandwich because they found hair in it, but I'm fucking hungry. Alright, are you ready to try this?
Yeah.
Does that hair taste good?
I mean, it's not bad.
I like the taste of the chicken. The pickles, though, like, I don't
Yeah.
know. They taste kind of weird.
It's still like Popeyes better, but it's like still pretty good.
No, I agree. Popeyes is definitely better.
I will
don't know,
say
ripe
though,
or something.
I think I like the chicken itself though more than Popeyes.
Yeah, no,
chicken.
the actual chicken does taste like good.
I don't even know if I'm gonna finish mine to be honest right now.
I'd give this probably like a 6. It's not garbage, but I would never choose to eat this chicken sandwich. And it's a shame. The chicken tastes good. But after seeing the hair in my sandwich and the taste of these pickles, I'm not sure if they normally are supposed to taste like this or if it's just our KFC, but I'm picking the pickles out. Yeah, I think I'm done with this for now.
I don't know if that was like on the bag when she gave it to you, but there's like fucking shit falling on the floor and everything.
Yeah, it's like we're gonna have to literally clean the car after eating this KFC. Okay, I'm putting this stuff in the bag. Okay, well now we can get on to the other segment of the video instead of trying KFC's mediocre sandwich. Amazon.
Yeah.
Working for Amazon. So we started working on Amazon last year around March. It was probably like the middle of March, right before, COVID-19 was getting like really big, before it got turned up to 11 and all the restrictions got put in place. We started working at Amazon because we were both working for Aramark, working at a university. And we didn't want to keep working there. We figured we could probably be making more money for our time. For Amazon, you have to go to this orientation where they kind of walk you through the warehouse, and you also have to get drug tested and a couple other things that they explain to you. We worked there for about 2 weeks in total. Our first day there wasn't too bad. We mainly worked the conveyor belt, and I guess that's what most like newer employees do when you work there. You kind of just run the conveyor belt. We worked at not a typical Amazon warehouse. We worked at an AVB3 one. It's a larger warehouse where it was mainly just larger items like TVs, refrigerators, grills, weights, not like tiny Amazon packages. Our first day, we did learn how to use the pit equipment. So like I said, we did use mainly large, huge boxes. So they trained us on how to use these big machines to move the boxes and whatnot. It's really strange because with these pit machines, for a lot of them, turning is like backwards pretty much. So if you want to turn left, you got to turn the wheel right. If you want to turn right, you got to turn the wheel left. So like that took a little bit to get used to.
It's definitely, I feel like not a job for you if you're a very anxious person, because that's why I didn't like it. I didn't like using the pit machines, and you have to take almost like a driving test too. So like you have to go through the lanes of the stock.
The job almost felt like dystopian. You weren't allowed to use your phones at all. They even had little boxes during lunch that you'd put your phone in, and you could only use your phone and get it out during lunch and use it. We didn't really use that. We just kept our phones.
Yeah, I think I kept it in my bag.
Yeah, everyone every single day would just trudge in a straight line to work. Everyone would go into the front little room, which was one of the lunch areas, and then it went into the huge warehouse area where you literally had to walk through this warehouse. We worked towards the back of it, so it would take you solidly just like almost 10 minutes of walking just to get to where you're stationed. Our PPE equipment, like gloves and like our vests, you could get all of those things. They had these vending machines there that you would punch in your code or scan your badge, and it would give you your equipment. During lunch, you could either bring your own lunch, or they also had vending machines for lunch. So they had vending machines that had tuna sandwiches in it, and pickles, and chips. There was a lot of different things you could get from these vending machines. So if you didn't bring a lunch, you could always eat there. They made it so if you were coming to work, there was no reason to leave, pretty much. There was a huge difference between if you were new and if you were a full-time worker.
Yeah.
Yeah, some people were straight up rude. It's almost as if like they felt threatened by us new employees, even though most new employees that do go to work at Amazon end up quitting, and that's how it was. Even the people who worked there told us that it was just constantly a revolving door. They had the main people who would work there, and then you would constantly have people that would just work there for a little bit of time. And Amazon constantly had new hiring events all the time, every season. It's nonstop. When we started working there, it was COVID. It was like COVID-19 was starting to ramp up. That's when they started doing different policies. So they made it so people were allowed to have their phones on them. And a lot of the workers who had been working there, that was brand new for them. So they were like crazy for that. They all had their phones and were texting in the middle of working.
I was with a group of people and we were all working together, and like they all just took out their phones and were on them the entire time we were working together. Even the job we were doing wasn't like anything important. We were just like picking up trash in the aisles, and they even asked me, they're like, "Oh, why aren't you on your phone?" And I was like, because I'm working and my phone was in my bag.
Yeah. You had a lot of different type of people working there. You had people who were, had been working there for years and years and years, and they would tell you their whole life story, and just, you were there for like an hour and they're just telling you all this information. And it's like, well, cool. And you could tell that they kind of do that to most of the new people that go there. So, they definitely had experience telling their whole life stories out to people. But, yeah, no, COVID did change up the place, even though we were only there for a couple of weeks, and we saw really quickly how that became a thing. So I guess, why did we leave Amazon? The work was really hard. It was moving boxes all day. Like we said, once they only had us, for the most part, especially me, on the conveyor belt for a couple of days, and then I had to go to different stations where you had to like just put humongous, like huge boxes,
I hated
humongous
that.
boxes.
The pallets.
Yeah, you had to put them on pallets. You had to use these jacks to get them onto the pallets. You had different workers yelling at you if it wasn't stacked the way they wanted it to.
Yeah, or if you like messed up, even though you're new, they would be like, "Oh, like why didn't you do that right?"
Yeah.
Even though a lot of the time no one even explained anything to you.
Yeah.
Like ever.
I've worked at other places where it was like that too, where it was just the people who have been worked there do things a certain way and know how things go, and they're just super critical of new employees. A lot of people were slackers too, which was strange. Like, we even saw a couple people get fired. They only worked there for 2 weeks. A couple people, one person had been there for a few months, the other person was new. He was in an orientation group and everything. He was really obnoxious. He would like not work. He would literally like run in the bathroom and walk around, and then he wound up getting fired like 2 days later. So the day just felt really long. I remember you were just covered in bruises too.
Yeah, my entire legs were like covered in bruises. And then they were like, "Oh, if you need help," like especially the guys, they're like, "Then ask us." And then I would ask them and they wouldn't help me, or I would be standing there for like 10-15 minutes waiting to get help and no one would help me.
Yeah. Now that was an annoying thing there, is that they would say, "Oh, ask for help. Well, that's all you have to do." And then you would, and then they would give you attitude for asking for help. And it was like, well, what's the point of me learning and growing if you don't want me to learn and grow? You want us to go away, not actually stay. And that's how it felt. All the workers there just wanted you to either, piss off or work harder than them. And it's like, why should I work harder than you? You've been here. You know what you're doing. The main thing that put the nail in the coffin with us working there was I got a call regarding another job opportunity, the job I'm currently working at as a data entry operator. So when I got that opportunity, I was like, there's no reason to work here at Amazon. I'm getting paid virtually the same for way less work, you know, it's remote. It was just easier for me. It's in my field. I was only working at Amazon because the job I had beforehand wasn't that great, and I would rather more money for the same amount of time. And with this data entry operator job, it was the same case. I could make the same amount of money for less time, essentially, because I don't have to wake up earlier. I don't need to get ready. I don't need to drive anywhere. I could just wake up, log on to my computer, and do my job. I definitely won't forget my time working at Amazon, especially because COVID-19 started right around the same time. But lot of cons of working at Amazon. I would say the only pro is that if you are a people person, you might enjoy talking to a lot of different people and getting a lot of different stories and stuff. But if you're more of an introvert like we are, you're not gonna like it. I could almost guarantee you that. It's different when you actually feel appreciated for your work. Then you can really give it all your all. When you don't feel appreciated for your work, you just want to leave. Everyone seems like they're pushing you out the door anyway. It's how it is there.
I mean, the money was nice.
Yeah.
That's, I guess, would be a pro too.
Yeah.
The money.
The main pro would be the money. And but that's the whole thing. You can get paid the same or more at other places too. So it all depends on what type of work you want to do. For us, it wasn't it. All right. So I mean, all in all, we tried our KFC chicken sandwiches with extra hair.
Yeah. And maybe your KFC will be better.
Yeah, ours has been known, as you can see, has been known to have problems with it. So yeah, thank you for watching this. If you made it to the end, congratulations. About our experience with KFC and our experience with Amazon last year. So thank you for joining us, and we'll see you in the next one, guys.
See you in the next one.
See ya.
Bye.